From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another podcast, Conversation with Trent and Friends. We got a hot one tonight. We got a real hot one tonight. Of course, Shannon and Coach Dee left me unsupervised to write this content. So you guys already know what it is. I'm coming in hot, coming in with the shits. They talked about the pursuit. And of course, they probably wanted me to write it up in favor of the ladies. But got me to thinking, the pursuit. So, what qualifies you for the pursuit? Let's bring Coach D in and get this thing started. Of course, Shannon's bringing up the rear. What's going on, lady?
Hello, sir. How are you? You did not read that Psychology to Gay article I sent you, did you?
Hey. It's kind of busy today. You know, I'm packing for Missouri with the Cups event over there, Cups Giving Hands event over there on Friday, 3-day event. So I've been packing and getting Kobe together and all that good stuff. We're headed to Missouri. All
the best at that event. You're coming out again.
There you go. Good stuff. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. So you guys left me unattended.
No, we didn't leave you unattended. We told you what it was. You chose to do something else. That's different.
Hey, y'all said pursuit, and then Shannon with us smart mouth. Yeah, just write something up. You sure you want to do that? You sure you want me to write that up? So I did. So I got me to thinking. We talk about the pursuit, right? The pursuit. What qualifies you for the pursuit? So, you know, think about it. When you talk about pursuing, that's an old-fashioned word, right? Very old-fashioned word. But our parents and our grandparents would know all about the pursuit. And what's actually the guidelines to the pursuit and how you're supposed to conduct yourself to be pursued, even if that's a word. You know what I'm saying? So today it got me to thinking about all these women and the anger and the demands and all that stuff. So I wrote a couple of tidbits down to get into it. So the question is, what qualifies you to be pursued?
I don't want to be pursued. I'm not a piece of meat. I'm not a deer. There's no hunter chase. That's unhealthy. It's toxic.
I got a tardy slip waiting for the beautiful Shannon.
Hey,
got
Shannon.
a tardy slip going on.
Whatever.
Did you hear what he tried? What he's trying to do?
Hold on. There we go. There's my light. No, it's just a bunch of last minute stuff going on. I had not expected to be babysitting right now.
You got the Bella.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Down. Anyway, what I miss?
What you missed is, first of all, you guys left me unsupervised to write this content. And y'all already know what that is.
And you messed it up. I meant to say that.
But hey,
don't have eating. First of all, no. That's what I'm eating.
I already know because you sent me a text earlier, so I'm upset because I didn't get a box on my doorstep. Trying to figure out why.
Send the Cash App and you can get one.
Some people have lost their privileges to the Cash App. But as we say, so you guys left me unsupervised.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the tape to prove it. I'll cut the tape for those folks who are actually going to catch up about the. Shannon said, well, yeah, go ahead. You write it up. You just write it up. And the way she threw her hand out, just go ahead and write it up. I was like, you sure you want me to do that?
You didn't say stop trying to embellish this story.
Am I gonna be left unsupervised to write this topic? So when I say, well, they did say pursuit. They did say pursuit.
Not pursuit. Pursue.
So my question is, what qualifies you for the pursuit? So I got a couple of tidbits here, and we'll go back. And like I said, like I was telling Coach D, you know, when we think about pursuit, we think about old-fashioned, We think about our parents. We think about, you know, our grandparents. They know exactly how to pursue as well as how to be pursued.
I hear you. One moment.
She got the ghetto dogs going in there. See, Kobe's very, very quiet. Kobe's very mannerable. She want me to mate him with that ratchet beast over there. But let's get down to it.
You leave the dog alone, sir. Jeez.
Okay. Quick question. Then we could jump right into this thing, man. We got the folks coming in here. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Then I'm gonna have to put my coaching hat back on today. I can't be spicy.
I want it. I want both of them. I want the spicy coach D, and I want you to, you know, just come in with the coaching. I want that. That's exactly what I want.
Oh yeah. All right.
So the first question: how do you pursue a woman? And this is for the men. How do you pursue a woman? First of all, do not be afraid of the friend zone. Make friends with the woman, because that's going to be very important down the line. Think about this. Make friends with the woman. Do not be afraid of the friend zone or getting friend zone. That friend can be beneficial during turbulent times. That friend can become very beneficial during turbulent time, meaning once you pursue her, once you get that friend, you have to start with the friendship. So don't be afraid of friend zone. Go all in. Just go all in. Becoming a friend can make her love you for a lifetime.
But that's a fake friend.
I'm sorry, say that again.
That's a fake friend. Women don't want men to be, because if you talk to more women, women don't want men who are around them pretending to be friends just so they can get an opportunity to get in their pants.
No. When I said don't be afraid of the friend zone, the friend zone is not the target. Getting her is. But don't be afraid, because most guys stay away because they don't want to be friend, you know, in a friend zone. Oh, I'm afraid of friend zone. I don't even want to hear that word friend. But that's what you want. You want a friend in her.
No, you don't. She doesn't want to be your friend. Because women.
Is this the lady that's saying that she don't want to be pursued?
No, it's because you're missing the point here. Friendship is very different between women and men. Women look at friendship is very different. We don't look at a woman would never be your friend just to wait for something to happen so she can get in your pants. That's not a friend. And
I get that.
Women. So listen. So when you talk about the pursuit and your grandmother, your mother, I don't think most men have talked to their grandmothers and their mothers. Because your grandmother and the mother is the ones who are telling us what not to do. Who are talking about the men back in those days. You all have a problem with women, but it's you talking to the wrong generation.
Exactly, that's the point. So maybe we should go back a little bit. That's the point. Everyone seems to be upset and angry and all this other foolishness. Come on, man. That does not get you That does not get you pursued. That does not get you to where you want to be. Being angry and have a bitter taste in your mouth. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with anger.
It's not. Okay,
no one wants to deal with that.
Stop calling women angry and bitter. Because that's really toxic.
Is it really?
It is very toxic. And you and I are going to have a coaching session about that after the show.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It's very toxic. It's anti-woman. It's.
So let me ask you a question, then we can get into it.
Sure.
What makes a woman worth pursuing?
What is the guy's requirements, or what is he looking for?
Well, actually, I'm gonna have to throw myself into this. It has to be calm spirited. No one wants chaos. I know I don't. Personally, I don't. I do not want chaos. I don't want a bitter tongue. If I'm giving you great energy and everything is negative, you coming back with something negative. I don't want that. I love peace.
Yeah, but these men out there, a good portion of them are not bringing that.
I could agree with that. But
we had this conversation about men expecting women to do all the emotional work, all the emotional labor for men who don't want to go into therapy.
Ooh.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But there's a lot of shared responsibility that can go around with this now. Come on.
No, you are responsible for your own
we
feelings.
cannot dump that. Let's get down to these 5 truths about the kind of woman who is worth pursuing. We'll start off with.
First of all, have you read the comments?
No, of course not.
No, you were kind of busy.
You can't go into 5 points because you haven't said hello to anybody then.
Well, you actually ran off with that ratchet dog over there. So
I didn't run off with the dog. I told you I was babysitting. I had to get rid of the child.
Okay, cool. Let's say hi to the folks.
All right. So Brendan, welcome. Martine, welcome. Oh, Wendy's here tonight. So welcome to the show. Hi, Lanya. Welcome back. Martine, of course. Oh, and your friend.
What's up, folks?
What's your
Richie Rich?
No. Oh, Mark. Sorry. I couldn't think of it. Because it just says MJ Marine.
What up, Slash? What up, Slash?
I couldn't think of it. So let's see. Martine started off saying she's with Coach D. She doesn't like to be hunted. It sounds silly. Sounds like a guy who doesn't have good intentions. Sounds as if he's looking for a quick meal to devour and spit out the bone, then go.
Wow.
And Lanya said, Trent, stop being toxic, she said. I don't know what I need to go back and see what was said then.
Well, Coach D called me toxic for a minute.
Oh, wait, we can't go any further then. Martine said, please find a better way to describe the reasons why a woman may feel uncomfortable with your approach or to whom this applies. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Okay, we got to go back. Hey, Joker Dog, welcome.
What up, Joker Dog?
He says, I think being politically correct is toxic. It prevents people from being honest and speaking openly.
Thank you.
People want everything to feel good and tickle their ears. Let's speak.
Thank you. That's the whole point.
And then Mark said, get rid of the child. Hashtag, oh, Lord. Okay, so what did you say that Coach D described you as toxic?
What did I say? I don't remember. You know, with that condition. What did I say, Coach D?
You keep describing women as angry and bitter.
Well, the majority of them, if you look online, they're very angry and bitter. Come on now. Let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. And I'm not talking about every single, again, I am not talking about every single woman in America. But the majority of women online these days are angry. They're upset. And they have a right to, hold on a second, wait a second. They have a right to be upset. They have a right to be upset because of the bad decisions they've made as well. So where's the shared responsibility and taking the responsibility of your own toxic that you brought to your own party? You invited that guy to that party.
Okay.
You know what? Y'all make it hard to be. Y'all are not likable. These days, you are really not like. I'm in a lot of groups. I'm in a lot of groups, and all I see are like men are like. I'm just like, good Lord, thank God sexuality is not a choice because a lot of women would switch teams.
So here's the thing. My whole point about pursuing, right? I'm not speaking of pursuing like hunting down and all that stuff. Come on, relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about you guys saying relax. I'm talking about, I mean, come on. When I say pursue, like a guy, he's interested. He's really interested.
Sir,
he's gonna.
You said be a friend until you can get in there.
Meaning what I said. Meaning what I said. I said that I told the guys, do not be afraid of the friend zone. Most guys do not want to be friend zoned. So don't even go in with that in your mind. You really interested in her? You pursue her. And I said that being a friend to her will carry you over through the turbulent times. Having a friend within her will carry over in the turbulent time. Once you guys are together, the turbulent times is ups and downs in the relationship. Should I break this down a little more? So being a friend will get you through the turbulent times. I have a friend that's an ex-girlfriend. We had some very turbulent times. And honestly, I believe that she still deals with me till this day because we were friends first. Because I know I could be a mess. I could be a complete mess. I'm just keeping it 100. So that So my whole point is, as soon as the word pursue come out, you see, did you see the tongue on Martine, my favorite Detroiter? Come on, man, relax. Relax. When I say pursue, Hey, I'm coming over. Let's have dinner. Let's talk. Let's have a pleasant conversation. Allow me to pursue you.
Okay. I got to marinate on some of this stuff you said because a lot of it.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm feeling good about this because you didn't come in hot on me. I really feel.
There's no reason for me to come in hot.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now send me a box.
Coming in hot could end up in me logging off in the middle of the show.
Now I appreciate you not coming in hot. So send me a box of cookies. So yeah. So
the Cash App is Stabs Edible Creations.
So Dee, go ahead. We'll get down to these 5 truths about the kind of woman who is worth pursuing. But go ahead. You have the microphone, Miss Lady.
Well, I have a list for you too, sir.
I know you do. But first of all, let's tell the folks. Let's tell the folks here. Let's tell the folks that you two left me unattended with these topics, and y'all know I was gonna come in with the shits. Y'all know that.
It won't happen again.
So hold on. Martine said lots of guys really don't know what to do when approaching a woman. They think they do. That's very true, Martine. They don't.
I could agree with that.
And she said, I'd say lots of women are fed up and frustrated. There's a lot going on out here. For far too many of you guys are unappealing. That's very true too. And then Mark said, coming in white hot like Puff Daddy Diddy.
Take that,
like
take
Puff
that,
Daddy
take that.
Said, slow down, son. You're killing him. Joker says he doesn't understand your comment that way, Trent. Which comment are you referring to?
Which comment, Joe?
Yeah. He also said there are a few women that I'm genuinely interested in being friends with, even if nothing ever developed beyond that.
Again, most guys, not guys like Joker Dog, because Joker Dog is a straight gentleman. But most guys are afraid of the friend zone because they have bad intentions in the beginning. So most guys going, man, I don't want to be friend zoned. But I'm saying, become her friend, genuine friend. That's why I still have a friendship with the majority of my exes, except one.
Oh, what happened?
Well, we were young. You know that story. Stop it. We're not going to go there. So we were young. We were very young. So, I was blinded by the sunshine of the California rays, going through the sunglasses and, made some horrible decisions.
They can have that effect on you.
Absolutely. So what's your list, Coach D? I'd love to hear it.
All right. So I have a list of 16 qualities for men before they decide to start pursuing women.
16.
Okay. I want to hear this. Okay, go ahead, Coach D. Let's hear this.
Integrity, humor, loyalty, emotional maturity, sensitivity, honesty, respect, confidence, humility, kindness, generosity, sexually considerate, sincerity, self-control, empathy, and supportive.
Okay.
Ooh, what did you say? Sexually sensitive?
Sexually considerate.
Considerate. What does that mean?
Exactly.
So somebody who's sexually considerate, who is concerned for their other person getting pleasure as much as they are concerned about their own pleasure.
Oh, okay.
Did you take that from one of my books or something? Because it sounded like you were talking about me.
No, that's out of my book.
Oh God.
Definitely. You missed the humility part right now, sir, and you're a little high on the confidence.
Right. He misses that every week.
Well, like I said in the opening, Shannon, if you were here, like you normally are,
don't start. Don't start.
You were there. I said in the opening,
you don't want no. You don't want no smoke.
I said I was left unsupervised. So y'all know when I'm left unsupervised, I get to thinking. So let's talk about the 5 truths about the kind of woman who is worth pursuing. Number 1, they aren't the easy ones. They aren't the ones that wait around for you or make you a priority the minute you come into their life. The kind of woman worth pursuing doesn't drop everything for you just because you happen to be there. They make you work for it. Boy, do they make you work for it. They wait until they get to know you and can tell you can tell you that you are a good thing for them, then they open up. That's number one. Very detailed. Then they open up. So I'm actually agreeing with you guys on, you guys are very hesitant with all this stuff and whatnot, but you have to be allowed to be pursued. You have to allow yourself to be pursued. If I walk in and Shann, I have great intentions. I want to be in your life. I'm pursuing you. I am pursuing you. I'm gonna do everything that I possibly can, humanly possible, to show you, give you my time.
Right.
Go ahead.
Let's pause this, please, because I really feel like sometimes when you using me as the example, you can use anybody else's name. Okay.
Nah, we don't start.
I'm not starting. I'm just saying. Like the emails that you be hogging up or whatever, like, dude, stop blocking stuff.
Hey, like I said, I'm on block. I got control of the block button. Subscribe, fellas, and I'll get you to Shannon.
Damn, I really need to send you a box of cookies. Jeez.
Hopefully they'll listen to her better than you do, sir.
Say that again.
I said, hopefully they'll listen better than you. She's requested twice that you not use her name.
Right.
Sorry,
that's why Dr. McDreamy's no longer with us in that capacity.
I really don't listen.
Lobster.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. So sorry.
Lord. So Martine said there's a guy who told her that he did not. Dang it. I moved my screen. Oh, there we go. See, people up. Oh, people are in this one tonight. She says, there's a guy who told me that he doesn't need any new friends, that he doesn't want to meet a woman who he's attracted to only to become her platonic homeboy. I've heard men say that too.
Interesting.
And Mark said, men don't voluntarily put themselves into the friend zone. Women compartmentalize men. Perhaps they have 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other.
Pretty much.
The juggling is real.
Pretty much.
Says, then when the line down the block slims down, then they may consider that cat as a possible suitor, often because a friend notices he may be a keeper.
Pretty much.
I just think about that some more.
I don't have to think about it.
I do.
Accurate. He's accurate.
I do. I do think there are some men who do voluntarily put themselves in the friend zone at times, trying to wait it out, so to speak.
That's funny.
I'm not.
Let's be clear, fellas. I do not promote that. If she's not with it, leave her where you found her.
Did he not? Is it me or did you not just say be her friend?
Yeah, I said be a friend.
Be the friend through it. It's with
if
you're really into, maybe at the end.
If you're really into it, but don't waste your time if you're not.
Okay.
Just because you're into her doesn't mean she's into you, though.
Exactly, fellas. Don't waste your time. If she's not into you, don't waste your time. Keep it moving.
All right. Martine said, how do we allow ourselves to be pursued? Tell us. Oh, yes. That's a good question, Martine. Please explain.
I asked that question. A lot.
Yeah. How?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, did you have, was that part of what you?
Yeah. Let me go through them. But in my opinion, to allow yourself to be pursued, don't be on the defensive so much. Don't, take the bitterness out of your tongue. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, don't act like you're chewing on salt every single day. No one wants a rough woman like that. No one wants a chaotic mind. No one wants a chaotic energy. No one wants that into their vortex. No one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you keep saying it.
Allow yourself to be pursued. So here's the thing. What I find, even in my past coaching days, what I find that most women haven't gotten over the hump of the guy that hurt them. Let's be honest. And that baggage is carried over because they still haven't gotten over the sweat from that last relationship. So they're constantly going on these days, dealing with these different men, all these toxic guys, one after the other. And you never have time to breathe. You don't allow yourself to breathe. You don't give yourself any more oxygen. You're constantly allowing them to put their face mask onto you. That's where the problem is. That's where the miscommunication is, in my opinion. So the bitterness would stop if you allowed yourself to breathe a little. I'm not pointing fingers at folks. I'm not any of that. All I'm saying is allow yourself to breathe. Then once you allow yourself to breathe, you will allow yourself to be pursued by the right man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think that's all about fixing healing from your trauma or toxic that you had before. And we talked about that, I think, on a previous show, about making sure that you're together and you deal with your own issues before you bring someone else into the party, so to speak. But that's on both sides.
Exactly. And I'm giving that to, I love shared responsibility. So you have to, it's just like with me, right? All those women I chased all those years, I had to acknowledge that I was bringing that toxic to my party and I was feeding them drinks, getting drunk off of them. I brought that own toxic to my own party. I purchased that toxic myself. The moment I agreed, I said, you know what, Trent, you're a hot mess. Time to get it together. That's when life started hitting on all cylinders for me because I acknowledged my toxicity. I acknowledged it for myself. This is what happened with me. I brought my own chisel to my party and started working on me.
So Martine, I think Joker Dog provided some responses, and I think this is in addition to your question about how do we allow ourselves to be pursued. And so he said being open and friendly, being responsive and reciprocal, and then communicating openly.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Hey, Ursula, welcome.
What up, Urs?
Ursula said some people haven't surpassed what happened in their childhood growing up, but that's for a different show.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think the direction that you went when you started writing this up, although it wasn't really what my thoughts were, because honestly, when I looked at the write-up, it's always that we as women have to, you're always asking us to prove or justify what our value and our worth to you guys as men. Saying, are we worthy of being pursued? What makes us worthy of being pursued as women? You've kind of got that tone throughout a lot of these conversations that we've had, where we're put on the side of having to kind of justify ourselves to you.
Right. Let me explain how I'll write the content, how I've written content over the years, and as a draw for the conversation, ever since I started the conversation years ago, I always start with the inward mirror. So with either one, women or men, I do the same thing. You go back to the tapes, you'll see I address men the same way, asking them the same type of questions. So my question is, what qualifies you to be pursued? So what are you doing to be pursued? Are you that catch? That's all I'm asking. Are you that catch? What are the good qualities in you? All I'm saying is tell me exactly what are the good qualities on you, and we could walk toward everything else. That's all I'm asking. It starts with the inward mirror. Honestly, and I do that with men and women. Over the years, I've done that. Anybody who's out there, you guys go back and research Conversation with Trent. I'm just not attacking women.
Sir, did we not have a conversation a good month ago? Because you brought up a topic that we were discussing, and you were doing it from a man's point of view. You were doing it from the men's side. And I told you, I said, where you are now is not because of the male audience that follows you. It's because of the female audience that follows you and supported you and purchased your books.
And they still do it.
You have not always, sir. Look, you have not always been on the girl power train or the female empowerment train. So to speak.
I'm not trying to empower like that. So if first of all, you have hold on a second.
Well, maybe not empowerment, maybe more consideration of the female thing. Because even with this topic, it's like you're wanting us to justify who we are as women and why we're worthy to men.
I'm just asking a question.
I know, but was that because the way I read it did not come off as that we're asking the men why are they worthy of us allowing them to pursue us?
I'm on a platform with two women. Y'all could ask that question. So this is not a
Oh,
dictatorship.
is this your way because you were left to your own self, your own devices that
I was unsupervised. I was very unsupervised.
unsupervised. That's the word you use. Okay.
Yeah, I was unsupervised.
Kobe needs to do a better job of supervising you then.
So, but Dee, would you like to get back to that list, Madame?
Well, I have one thing to say. If I have to give you a list of qualifications, don't pursue me.
That's Dee's opinion. That is Dee's opinion. That is
I said specifically me because yes.
That is Dee's opinion. Don't my thing. Don't you think that's hold on a second though? Don't you think that that's a good question though? Like that let's hold on a second. From a coaching standpoint, when you're approaching the coaching standpoint, what qualifies you?
I'm not hiring you.
That's my whole point. No, listen, I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking about in general.
No.
One would ask, like, okay, so take the inward mirror and find out what's going on with you. If you guys, I don't want to be pursued. Like, why? Tell me why. Let's talk about it.
Because that's not how I live. If somebody came up to me, and I've done this many times, if somebody came up to me and goes, "What are your qualifications to be my girlfriend?" I'm like, I have no qualification to be your girlfriend. I don't want to be your girlfriend.
You see that, and I knew, and like I said, when I write these topics, I choose target words and trigger words to get it going. That starts the conversation.
Time out. I'm getting chastised. Martine said, please read the comments. Yes, ma'am. It's not me, Martine. I'll be wanting to do it, but somebody like to talk a lot, like to hear themselves talk. So Martine said, what about a woman who hasn't been in a union in years and has just been busy working and improving herself and doesn't have any current ex situations to describe? She's free and clear of baggage.
She's pursuable. She's definitely pursuable.
But she's actually going to be harder to pursue. Because she is actually going to be harder to pursue because she has her own peace. And she's not going to bring anybody into
thing. That means that
you ain't got nobody's son stressing you out.
Exactly, which means she's going to get a healed man.
Hopefully,
a healed man is going to recognize that.
Okay.
You notice Coach D didn't say anything to that
because
right.
I don't know, but Coach
no, she's not.
I think that it could be any man, healed or unhealed.
Okay.
Yeah. There's not as many healed men out there as you think there are.
I totally agree with that as well. Joker Dark says.
Hold on. Martine says, I don't have to go over a checklist with any man. He and I can vet one another as we go, make decisions as whether we're the two or not. I agree.
That's what I'm talking about. I agree.
Mark said, perhaps tonight's topic is the follow-up to Date Them All, sis. What? And it's sis, S-U-S. Date them all, sis. Joker Dog said, introspection is hard. Men will see your qualities even if you don't know them.
Absolutely.
Martine says, I don't need to be triggered. Hey, Ursula Mark is saying good evening to you specifically. Just want to put that out there.
You're a mess.
And Martine's clapping her hands at you, Coach D, for that last comment.
I knew that, coming in, I knew that my favorite Detroiter would not like me tonight. But I'm more than sure.
Like you tonight.
I already know. I know. But Martine, I love you. D, I love you. Come on.
Sir, there's sometimes you test my patience.
Yeah, but sometimes we have to give each other straight talk. That's why you guys love me, because we straight talk with one another.
You better be glad.
Here's the thing with the pursuit, and I'll tell you what the big problem is, because now I'm taking a relationship coach course. Because
and you're sending me these links every other day.
Yeah, so I'm studying. So men don't know how to have intimate relationships with women they are not involved with. This has come up again and again and again with the course, and men have to learn how to be able to interact with somebody they're not attracted to. Because when they're able to do that, then they can interact with women they're attracted to without having sexual tension in the background.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you see how well I interact with all my exes without sexual contact?
Do you want me to read the text you sent me the other day?
No, stop it.
Yes, please read it. Read it, please.
D, stop
Read
it.
it. Ignore him. Read it. Read it.
D,
Ignore
don't you
him.
even dare. Don't you
Yeah,
even dare.
I'm on my cell phone. I'll end up cutting myself out.
Joker Dog says women qualify men all the time. Why can't men do it?
Y'all do it all the time too.
Great question, Joker
They
Dog.
do it.
Don't tell me.
What is it? Can you cook? That's a big one. Y'all always qualify us through conversation.
Martine's saying something sometimes.
Oh, she says sometimes any old dude will approach any woman because he thinks he can, whether he's in a good place or not. That's true.
That's true. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of men don't realize that aggression and domineering are not cute.
No.
What Lanya said? What line? Read it. Leave that alone, Lanya.
Baby Gentle Giant, welcome. Oh, so glad you get parole tonight. Nice to see you again.
Shannon coming in petty.
Said he's not the boss of you. Read it. Oh yes, read the text is what she said. She's on her phone, so she'll lose connection with us, Lanya. But we want.
Thank God for the phone.
Oh no, we can go offline for a second and come back.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Yeah, we can do that. Lanya says, "I'm with the junk tonight." I know, right? We would be in real. We can be petty tonight. Let's do it.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
So Mark, I love when Mark talks to me personally. So he says, Princess Miss Charlie, 2 weeks ago it was date them all, sis. The what's flirting. I'm ahead of the show like the pregame. I don't what?
Absolutely.
I'm lost. What does that mean, Trent?
From the comment that he talked about earlier about the
so he's saying that this is like the sequel to all of that, I guess.
Because actually, honestly, this is your topic. I just happened to.
I mean, it came up when we were talking last week, but it was more so. I was just like, the whole thing about do men even pursue or know how to pursue it?
Right.
The art of pursuing some.
I mean, if I was left folks, I was left unsupervised from Shannon and Coach D, and this is what they got. This is what they got.
I'm not complaining.
Okay. But as you guys know, let's be honest, do some straight talk gumbo. Let me throw some spice in here real quick. That's why you guys love me, because I straight talk. Like you guys, I get you guys going and you get upset. 9 times out of 10 when Shannon and I get into it on the podcast, it's for a day. She won't answer her phone and she'll call me like a day later.
Oh no, I don't call. You are one of those people that I don't understand.
Do you know I have receipts?
Yeah, whatever.
That's what the young folks.
But you're one of those people, and it irks me. Like if I don't answer the phone, don't keep calling back. Just wait.
I'm gonna call.
I'm
gonna call.
Like, chill.
I don't do the waiting. I don't do the waiting. I'm very impatient.
Oh, Lanya said, wait a minute. Lanya said, screenshot the message for the next podcast, Coach D. Don't let her get yes. Martin,
Lanya, let me tell you something. You do that, I will not show up. I'll stay in my hotel room.
Oh, he don't. He's all talk. That's all talk. He was trying to puff his chest up, Ronnie. Don't. Anyway, Martine says, keep the qualifying questions inside of your head. You totally play yourself when you say certain nothings out loud. Truly.
Who said that? Who said that?
Martine said that. Your favorite Detroit.
She's still my favorite Detroit. I get them upset every now and again.
Like
Lanya said, make him backpedal. See, D, we need the text.
D, come on.
That's all right. I will protect you this time, sir. You get one waiver. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, now this is a friendship that goes on for years and years and years and years. Good stuff. Good stuff, D.
That's
good stuff for coming in with the law.
I do not let you get me upset. I'm bothered by you.
Yeah, because you know me. You know me.
So here's the thing. You can have conversations with women or with men, whichever your way, to figure out if they are who you want. Like if you want somebody with integrity, ask them a question like, if you found $100,000 in a wallet, what would you do with it?
Absolutely.
You'll find out how much integrity they have right there. If they have humor, tell them a joke. Tell them a funny joke, please, because I don't laugh at bad jokes. If they have empathy, tell them a story about somebody you know who's ill and see what they say.
Right.
There's a lot of the communication will allow you to figure out the qualifications that you're looking for.
I'm getting personal personal messages here about
Wait a minute. Hold
certain
on.
comments being
Lanya
avoided.
is serious. Hold on, Trent. I'm sorry to
What?
interrupt you. Lanya is serious here. She's like, do not give him a ghetto pass.
What's the ghetto?
We want the text message.
What's the ghetto pass?
She's like, do not give him a ghetto pass.
I don't know what that
Dee
is.
doesn't know what a ghetto pass is. She doesn't know.
Explain.
What's the
It's-
ghetto pass? It's like the ghetto.
Lanya, please explain the ghetto pass to us.
Yeah, please.
Comments.
Remember,
But
I'm
your
from north of
personal-
the border.
Yeah, she's a Canadian, so she don't know.
What are your
ghetto
personal
pass.
messages you're getting, sir?
Actually, I'm getting a personal message that his comments actually were being overlooked.
Whose comment?
Mark.
And she know you're guilty.
He didn't say nothing. What
Yeah,
comment?
when he said, "Hey, yo, Mr. Epic," he screenshot and sent. I'm looking at it right here.
I don't see anything. Hold on.
Let me see if I get. Let me.
I don't see anything that I missed of him from him.
Did he hit send?
Yeah. Did you hit send, sir?
Yeah, he had sent. I see.
Oh, letting him get away with ghetto junk.
I don't get it.
No. Yeah. So yes. I mean, tell us what was his comment then, because
I'm
I don't
looking.
see it.
I'm pulling him up. Hold on a second. It's a whole bunch of comments here. So
Lonnie said my eyebrows are dented in the middle right now. I know, right? You'd be like,
it's okay. Y'all be okay.
letting him be lowball on purpose.
That is so.
Oh, men need to
Y'all
communicate.
ready up there, Lanya?
Obviously.
I hope y'all are ready.
Okay, Mark says, "Hey, yo, Mr. Epic, is it detoxation of the high body count and exchanging off different parties' energies?" And exclamation point, question mark, per via wellmind.com. Per verywellmind.com.
What is that?
Meaning I guess he's asking about, am I being attacked, pretty much attacked for the detoxation comments I was talking about. And
How
with
are you
mirrors
being
and all that
attacked?
stuff.
How are you being attacked?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, we certainly don't know, because you don't want to have to translate what he.
Actually, I'm used to the darts, so we're good.
What dirt?
Yeah, nobody's throwing darts at you.
Until I started talking about the inward mirror.
There
Because
were no darts thrown at you, sir.
okay, all right.
Get over
fine.
yourself.
Oh, I didn't say it. Okay, all right, calm down.
Mark says, with the population of the earth, something must be working for men with all of these families and baby booming. Seems there's too much asking the deer how to be hunted. Huh?
Come on.
I'm lost with the first part of that. I'm okay with the seems there's too much asking the deer how to be hunted part, even though I'm just like, okay. But the first part I don't get.
I need translation.
Maybe.
Okay. Stop right now, Mr. Epic. This has been ongoing for over a year, right? Whenever I started, sometime it was during the beginning of last year, so whenever.
A year and a half, something like
I don't know. It's always that no one understands what the hell Mark is saying, and we always have to deflect right back to Mr. Epic to translate. So it is not us.
So read the latter part of that. Now I'll translate for you.
No, we need to know. I need to know what the first part means. So with the population of the earth, period, something must be working for men with all of these families and baby booming. Period.
The birth rate is down.
What does that mean? What does that mean in context with the topic? And
he's saying that just because women are still having babies, there must be something okay with men, but the birth rate is down is worldwide. So there might have been
let's go stick back to the topic. Let's talk about
your friend just sent you a personal message offline to say we're not reading his comments. We read his comment, and now you want to move past it.
We'll get back to that one. Let's do that.
Whatever.
We'll get back to that one.
Martine says lots of the time guys can misunderstand us women when we're kicking back and taking it slowly, and they take it as us playing hard to get.
Honestly, Martine, I truly believe that with this whole back and forth with between men and women, it's a lack of communication. No one's actually saying exactly what they want and who they want. No one's actually speaking up. Most men and women, both, they're talking at each other without understanding one another. They're talking at each other and not understanding one another. It's as simple as a conversation, like the conversations we have. It's simple as a conversation. That's all it is. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. We're not going up to the moon.
Men don't know how to do it. I'll give you an example.
Some men.
Listen, I'll give you an example. So every Friday, I take Xavier to the gas station up the street because he's learning to go pick out things and shop by himself and pay at the counter by himself and get his change and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So this is our Friday expedition. The guy at the cash register knows he's in on it, so he helps a little bit, right? So this time we went, we were going to watch a movie. So Xavier getting treats for himself to watch a movie. So I'm in the aisle looking at snacks to get him some candy. And there's like 3 other gentlemen with me. And Xavier comes by with 2 bags of chips. I'm like, I thought you were only getting 1 bag of chips. He goes, oh, I got one for you too, because it's your favorite. And the 3 men looked at him, looked at each other,
that was thoughtful,
and was like, damn, little man's got more game than I do. You know what I mean? Like, he thought about his favorite girl to get her chips.
Right.
Like,
it's thoughtful.
Stuff like that.
Dee, that is so perfect. It's that some men do not even know how to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
Period. Nothing.
Some men.
Listen, I dated a guy once.
I said some men.
I dated a guy once who would send me a dozen tulips.
Oh,
like every week, because they're my favorite, right? Every week he would send me a dozen tulips. One day, like the day after, it was like Friday. I usually get the flowers on Thursday. So Friday I was by his house. We were going to pick up some books and we're going to go do some volunteer work. And I noticed he had a tulip, the exact same tulips I had. So I asked him, I said, why do you have a tulip? He's like, because I know when this tulip starts to wilt, yours are wilting. So he could send more flowers.
So I thought, are you dating this guy? Are you dating this guy?
No, this was like back in college.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, but like just stuff like that, like things like that are thoughtful but don't take a lot of thought.
Right. Now, my question to you guys are, and most of the conversations that we have when I'm left alone to write this content,
you keep stressing that.
When I'm left alone to write this content, but
you'll be well supervised.
There's shared responsibility, man, in any relationship, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a romantic friendship. There's shared responsibility. So everything is just not on the man. That's all I'm saying. Share some of that responsibility in making things work. Let's stop. And I'm talking to the viewing audience. I'm not talking to one particular person. Stop pointing outward and start pointing inward. See what's going on with you. See what's going on with you to see why there's such bitterness. And I'm talking about men and women. That's where it starts.
It's not bitterness. It's pain. You need to stop calling it bitterness and anger, sir. I told you we were going to have a conversation about that. It's pain. And you can't tell people to dismiss their pain. It's real. I'm not saying dismiss. You know I'm not saying dismiss your pain. I'm not saying it at all. What I'm saying is pick up your chisel and work on yourself before going into these meaningless relationships. And then one after the other, disappointment, let down, all this foolishness. Address the pain and keep going. And hence the article I sent you on why men are lonely, because women are demanding more healthier.
I saw that one. I agree. Yeah. Did I not agree with that?
You did agree.
Because a lot of people, and that's just men and women, they're not addressing their pain.
Very true.
honestly, they're not addressing their pain. Can you imagine if two healed people get together? You know what kind of sparks that would be?
I have to get to the comments, sir.
Go
So
ahead.
Joker Dog was agreeing with you, and he said communication is clearly lacking. So he agreed with you, and he says it's hard on both ends. It's a mutual disconnect. Martine says she agrees that we talk at each other, and women get thrown off when we say too much, claiming that we're too aggressive. Mark said our parents knew what the word pursuit, but I'm assuming you mean pursue meant. It also often defines a period of seeking out a potential relationship. Pursuit is an action that builds over time.
I agree.
Welcome Facebook user that said men have to be willing to pay attention and women need to be willing to be loved. That's true.
Absolutely.
I would agree with that.
Okay,
I'm not going to agree with that. Martine said
stress that point. Stress that point.
Which one?
Willing to be loved.
Yes,
and that's on both sides. That's just
willing to pay attention. Let's
exactly. No, listen, I'm talking about on both sides. Willing to be loved on both sides, because for years on top of years, I wasn't willing to be loved. I didn't want to be loved because I was still dealing with some stuff. So that's on both sides of the spectrum. I'm not just throwing it on the women's side. That's on both sides. That's all I'm saying. Share responsibility. That's all.
It is. Both. I mean, you could say that for both, but I do agree that it's more so. And I'm not disagreeing that when we have to be, as women, willing to be loved. And I say that because a lot of times there's still, as we talked about before, still a lot of unhealed trauma from previous relationships.
Exactly.
And I think, for someone you think doesn't go back and listen to podcasts, I was listening to what does it say? We love differently based on our experiences, and we were talking about your friend and all of that, and that this comment just made me think about that, how whether or not either one of those parties, or whether she is willing to be loved in a healthy manner, your friend's girlfriend or not.
Yeah.
So
wait a second. So you went back and listened to the podcast?
I did. I went back and listened to a podcast.
I think that's why it rained today.
That's why what? Why what?
I think that's why it rained today.
See, when I was shaking my head, you shouldn't have repeated it.
I figured it was I figured it was something, Coach D. I really did, but I just want to see if he was gonna have the balls to say it.
I gave him a hint to like try something else, but
That's funny.
Martine said we're told that it's not proper to say certain things to a man, so we're sort of shamed into thinking that we're asking for too much or too needy. Martine, give me an example of something that we as women, or you've experienced, that we were told isn't proper to say to a man. I just want an example of what you mean by that.
Appreciate that, Martine.
Thank you. Said women and men suck at communicating and practicing humility to resolve issues.
Exactly.
I think we both have room to grow. I think I don't know. I think my experience and just mine, a lot of men are not able to exhibit or express humility.
Okay.
You know what? Sir, not tonight.
Yeah, well, is. They want to win a fight when there shouldn't have been a fight to begin with.
Now that's deep. Repeat that. Say that again for the people that didn't hear it in the background.
They want to win a fight when there shouldn't have been a fight to begin with.
I agree.
Yes, I need a sound for that, an applause or something for that. That we need an applause or something like.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna need you to practice on your off time off this podcast with these sounds to get it right. Oh wow. Our Facebook user, you got to tell us your name because you only come across as Facebook user, but said that men have pain too, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes with men is sometimes they don't want to, if they express that they have pain or they vocalize that or anything, they think that they're going to come off as being weak.
Yeah. Well, we do our boys a great disservice by not teaching them how to express their feelings or communicating their feelings. So we tell them from the young age that men don't cry, men aren't emotional,
It's true.
men
You're
don't
right.
talk about how they feel, blah, blah, blah. And then when they get older, then we're like, well, why don't men know how to communicate? I'm like, well, geez, for the last 30 years, they've been told not to.
That's true.
And so now you have a generation of men who think that if you're communicating all about your feelings and everything, they call them simps or betas. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Men who communicate, who are in control and understand their emotions, will get a lot more women than this. Like I watched a TikTok the other day because I love watching people interact. And there's this guy talking about roles and relationships and everything. And this other guy was talking to him, and he was talking about, well, there's no roles because I do what needs to be done, or she does need what's done. Whatever we see needs to be done, we do it, right? And he's like, well, do you have a girl? He's like, well, I've been married for 20 years. Roles, and the guy was talking about how roles are BS and everything like that. I'm like, this is a man who is healed, who's in a healthy communicative relationship with a woman. The guy talking to him hung up on him because just from looking at his face, he couldn't grasp the concept that a man could be in the house cooking and cleaning after work because the wife is still working.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. That's what good relationships do. But there are actually people out there who think that as soon as a man comes in the house, he does not do anything. Because he doesn't raise his children. He doesn't clean up after himself. And like, you have a wife. She's not your maid. She's not your mother. And that's why women get tired. They're tired of doing the emotional labor.
Let's get to the teachable moment real quick.
We have a couple. Let's finish up some of these comments.
Okay.
Martine says she spoke to a man yesterday who said that he'd like to date or court, but we're all so busy. And she said, yes, it's a slippery slope to decide to let someone in. Brendan said, are you closing us out, Brendan? He said, don't forget before you guys go to smash the like button.
There it is. That's the nephew.
And Martine says, I'm open to love and to have him like me at the same time. Oh my gosh, these wonderful dogs are so wonderful tonight.
See that now?
I think that like is that key word. Some men act like they don't like women.
Oh, that is, yeah. Well, look at the one you got the message from last week. I think he might not like women.
Yeah, like
possible. That's possible.
Yeah. Hey, Shira, she's our Facebook user who had that
who's that
comment earlier. Thanks for joining and watching us. Her name's Shira Bridges.
Hi, Shira.
Joe says women have a very difficult time admitting wrong and apologizing for anything. Some women.
Hey, Joe, we actually speak in some and you know
in general terms.
In general terms, so yeah, I would agree. Some women do. Yeah.
And Martine says, letting a man know that we're into him with excitement in our eyes and voices is too much for some guys.
Some guys, I would agree with that too.
Ooh, Ursula says, shots fired, Trent. Which shots are you referring to, Ursula? Because now I don't know if we missed your comment earlier.
Maybe we're talking about those texts or something. I don't know.
Ursula, you need to come back on. We need to have you come and talk and fill us in on life now.
She's living her best life. I tell you that.
I know.
Another example of a girl who's one of my friends with no sexual activity at all.
Did you ever date?
No.
Okay.
We're great friends.
Right.
I just hold better conversations and better relationships with women. Just being honest.
I mean, I was always like that with men. Like I had more guy friends than I did female friends. Right.
So, but the teachable moment tonight for me.
Yes. What is it?
We just need to communicate, man. If we actually, like I said earlier in the podcast, if we talk to understand one another, you know what I'm saying, with the goal of understanding one another, we'll win. We'll actually win. But we have to understand each other. Nothing's going to actually get accomplished by having serious chaos between one another. Well, a bit of taste in your mouth. If you have a mouthful of salt, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It really won't work. So, have a little humility and relax a little bit, and enjoy the conversation, and I know it's just conversation, man. Better conversation, better communication, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Shannon, I can see it written all over your face. It's okay. We're
What?
dog owners, though.
What?
Is that Butters biting on that squeezy deal?
She's biting on a toy.
It's
Yeah.
cool. It's
I
cool.
mean,
It's so
I'm
cool.
not. I was told to be quiet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Kobe because I don't think Kobe likes that. He don't like a ratchet type woman,
Dude,
so.
you don't get to pick who my dog gets to mate with. Duh. Like,
Yeah, okay.
excuse me? No, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know?
Sure.
How do you know Kobe doesn't like spicy women?
He might like me, you never know, but we'll see.
Martine said that one dude was clueless about how and what the brother was explaining and about having that balance in a union.
Mm-hmm. Word.
So communication, being better communicators is the teachable moment for you tonight, sir?
Yeah, because y'all didn't hear a damn thing I said.
Oh, we heard it.
You didn't pay attention either, did you?
Exactly.
See?
Better communication. Better communication.
Okay, well, you know what? We went the whole show and we didn't even take a break.
No breaks, but tonight's podcast.
It's 2 after the hour already.
Exactly. Tonight's podcast is actually brought to you by Taylor Kinney Media and Black Lightning Trucking. For all your logistical needs, contact blacklightningtrucking.com, or all your publishing needs and podcast needs, Taylor Kinney Media. There you go. Good stuff. But yeah, so Dee, do you have a
good night, Shira? Thanks for tuning in.
She's kind of on the hot side right now.
Who?
I remember what I said earlier. Who's on the hot side?
I think he's talking about you.
I'm teasing. I'm just teasing.
You never put emotion on me, sir.
You see what I'm talking about?
Don't you remember when you said sense of humor?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you remember on your list you talking about have a sense of humor and like if you're gonna tell a joke, make it a funny joke.
Yeah, I specifically said funny
right
joke.
here with that wasn't a funny joke.
What was it I said earlier? I'm trying to remember now. Basically, my teachable moment is if you're going to go after somebody, pursue them, but be respectful of their answers. For instance, if they say no, that means no. That doesn't mean try harder. If they are receptive, then communicate clearly to them. Don't string them along.
Fair enough. But like I said, if folks, men and women, because you have to stress that with these two ladies here, if both men and women get the bitterness out of their mouth, a ton of stuff will get accomplished.
What did I say about using the word bitterness?
Coach me later.
Yeah, I definitely will, because it's toxic, sir. Toxic.
Coach me later.
We still want that text, though. Lanya was very persistent. She said, he is not the boss of you. I didn't even see that one. She said, he is not the boss of you.
Oh, he knows that. Yeah, he is well aware of that. Believe me.
Shout out to Cups Giving Hands. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. This is going to be my first trip back out since I've been away from the conversation for a number of years. This is my first time going back out.
What date is that again?
Been 7 years. August 19th through the 21st. So I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. And shout out to Cups Giving Hands, Cups Couch, all that good stuff. So I'm kind of nervous, but I think I'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
You never turn down an opportunity to talk.
Lanya said, "See, you should have ripped him up when you had the chance."
That's not who I am, though.
Lanya, log off, Lanya.
I'm sorry, it's Lanya, not Lanya. I'm so sorry, Lanya.
No, that's not me.
It's all good.
All right. And I think the last comment of the night goes to Martine. She says, no games. Pairing with someone you truly like and enjoy doesn't have to be a battle. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That we have.
That's a teachable moment for the night. Right there.
That's a very teachable moment.
The other teachable moment is
I can't be left
Trent
alone.
unsupervised.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You said, hey, I went up strictly off what you said. Yeah, you just go ahead and write
You
it up.
did not. You took that and ran with it
Did
in the
I?
complete opposite direction.
Did
Ooh, maybe
I?
we should talk about gender roles next.
Ooh.
Good night,
But
Shann.
you certainly cannot be unsupervised with that one.
Yeah, because then I can
At all.
It's all
Yeah.
good. Appreciate the guys for viewing in. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this. No, I really think that we need to talk about when we said, because we brought it up earlier. This would be my last thing about men not knowing how to approach women, and really talk about that. And maybe not you, but maybe some other men on the thing may have some tips on how to do it the right way.
Sounds like a good.
Aren't we still waiting for their how they approach women comments that
Yeah,
they went
we
all
were.
dead silent on? They got shy all of a sudden.
Martine, you must like that one.
On Wednesday I'll be in Missouri, but I will be podcasting from Cup's Couch. So we're still coming on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get no day off. It ain't like you doing nothing
at all. What?
Listen. Well, I have a young man who I have to go ensure.
Yes. It's Sunday night. Time for
Ratchet TV.
No, actually, I already saw the season finale of P-Valley earlier. It comes on at like midnight, so I've been able to see it.
For my Apple users, we really appreciate the subscriptions. For the YouTube users as well, we really appreciate you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for joining us each and every week, twice a week, to be honest with you. Shann and I and Coach D really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Good night. See you guys Wednesday.
You guys be happy.
Conversation with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.